Open Drive, Open Test Drive, Secrets in Market Profile Tool.
Viewers, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about the important topic, test drives. So this is the main tool, main in market profile tool. This is the secret code for institutions. They will drive the market to the other direction. How we can find that? So if a price is tested near for minus ST1, whenever the price entered the minus ST1, they will create one open test drive, open drive or open test drive. Open drive and open test drive, if they generated near minus 1 standard deviation, it will indicate that they will drive the market to opposite direction. The trend should be continue. So whenever the open drives, it's formed in minus 1 standard deviation, you have to check clearly the price. The institution itself created the drives and they plan to drive the market and they fix for the target plus standard 1 deviation. So check the stocks. Whenever the prices tested near the minus 1 standard deviations, they created open drive or open test drive. Then they within 2-3 days they drive the market and they achieve the target plus 1 standard deviation. So check the stocks, all other stocks. The open drives are the indications where the institutions they plan to drive the market in the opposite directions. So when this is the indication, whenever the open drives formed in minus 1 standard deviations, you have to clearly notice that they are planning to fix the target for drive the market and the price drive to plus 1 standard deviation. Check the stocks, multiple stocks. This is the role of institutions. Whenever the open drive or open test drive formed, it will clearly indicate that institutions plan to drive the price to reach the plus 1 standard deviations. So check all the stocks. Today this Biocon stocks achieved already, they formed the open test drive in bottom. Whenever the price entered here inside, they also formed open test drive. So this is the confirmation. Whenever the price entered minus 1 standard deviation, they pull back the price to reach the target of plus 1 standard deviation. So all the stocks, wherever the stocks tested in bottom, this is the secret indication given by institution to drive the open drive means they plan to drive the market to opposite direction. This is the secret code of institutions. Once the open drive formed in minus 1 standard deviations, you have to notice that this price should be going to reach the target of plus 1 standard deviation. This open test drive, once formed in bottom minus 1 standard deviation, the trend should be continued for consecutive days. So you can travel with the trend. So the institutions also entered. Whenever the open test drive formed in bottom of the minus 1 standard deviation, you have to notice that institution, these stocks, they have to plan for target for plus 1 standard deviation. So all the stocks, if you check all the stocks, the open drive should be formed at the bottom. On the top also it's formed open test drive. It means that they already tested the plus 1 standard deviation. Now they are planning to drive the market from upside to reach the minus 1 standard deviation. So drives are the most important secret code by institutions to drive the opposite side of the price to reach the target. Institutions role is main active to create the open drives. Open drives mostly it's formed on bottom of the minus 1 standard deviation, otherwise top of the plus 1 standard deviation. So whenever the open drives formed, you have to travel along with the institutions. The open drive itself formed by the institution. Once the open drive formed, you have to notice that the price should be, they will drive the price to reach the opposite to reach the targets. Whether it is price is in minus standard deviation, they drive the price to plus 1 standard deviation. So this is the main thing, main tool for every market profile traders. Whenever the price come near minus 1 standard deviation, you have to clearly notice that institution role, they want to make the open drives or open test drives on the bottom of the minus 1 standard deviation levels, and whenever it is formed, it will perfectly reach to the target of plus 1 standard deviation. In top side, if you want to short the stock, top side you have to check that any drives formed. If the drives formed, the institution, they drive the price from plus 1 standard deviation, and they plan to reach the target of minus 1 standard deviation. So whenever the drives formed, you have to travel along with the institutions. This is the secret code for market profile tool. So whenever the trend stocks, you have to watch the 4 steps of activity stocks, check the bottom minus 1 standard deviation. If the open drives, any open drives are formed, you have to follow the institution, because whenever the open drives formed, they plan to target for plus 1 standard deviation. So this is a secret code. I already mentioned the standard deviation levels. So check the standard deviation levels on bottom minus 1 standard deviation, and check the top of the standard deviations. Whenever the open drives formed, you have to travel along with the institution. This is the secret code of institutions created in market profile tool. So follow with the institution and make your trades, intraday trade, successful. So thanks for watching my channel. Thanks for supporting my channel.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.